Right. Today I got a topic that I wanted to make for so long. And that topic, very interesting topic, is about bottom brackets. So, bottom brackets is always a very touchy issue because whenever the mechanic says that your bottom bracket is gone, you feel so sad. But what to do? Other than change it, there is nothing we can do. So, anyway, the reason why I wanted to make this video is that there are many different types of bottom brackets. So, let's have a look at the different types of bottom brackets. So, before I go forward, let us first know about the two types of connections for the bottom brackets. And so, the two types of connections for the bottom bracket are the square taper and the quarter pin type. So let's have a look at what these two are. Now this is the usual one, that is the square taper type, and this is the one that you have most probably seen in all your modern bikes. But the old one is this one. This is called the quarter pin type. So you can see the shape difference. So how do they attach? The quarter pin type goes into something like this. It goes in, and here there is a hole through which you put a pin and you lock it in place. So this is the quarter pin type. The world has moved on from this model, and it's very rare to get the quarter pin type in the newer types of bikes. All the new types of bikes are coming in this model, that is, they call it the quarterless, but the real name is square taper because it is square, as you can see, and it is also tapered. So this is called the square taper type of bottom bracket, and it has got a square hole to go inside, and this is it. So this is the new modern square taper type, and of course you can't fit the round quarter pin type into this, and you can't put the square peg in the round hole. It just won't stay. So this is what happens if you mismatch the pins. They won't work. So now you know about these two types of pins. The next thing that we are going to do is look at the different type of bearing attachments. So on both sides, this axle is held by something called as a cup. There's a cup on this side, and there will be a cup on this side. So these two together make the complete bottom bracket arrangement. So you can see an axle on one side and a cup on the other. But it's not as simple as it seems. Before we go into the different types of cups, you can see the way that they behave. So you can see that the balls don't allow the rod, that is the axle, to touch inside. It allows for a very smooth movement. But there are many different types of cups which hold a ball bearing. Now this, in technical terms, this is an angular attachment. That is, there is a surface on this side and there's a surface diagonally opposite. That is an angular type of ball bearing. Now let us go into the different types of cups available on the market. So here are the different types of cup which are commonly seen, and let's see what they are and what they do. This one is the most commonly available one, that is the cup with the loose balls. So you can see the balls inside. They are held together by the grease. They don't fall off, and this grease keeps the balls lubricated. It also keeps them in the position, right? And this is what it looks like. On the other hand, you got this. This is the same thing but with one of these inside. So what is this? This is called as a bearing retainer. That is, it maintains the space between the bearings, and that is what you see inside, and it held in place by a small ring so that it doesn't fall out. So you see, it doesn't fall out. And with a little bit of grease, this is what it looks like. So basically, it's almost the same thing, but because of the bearing retainer, the bearing becomes a little more efficient. So let us put these aside and come to the big hero on the street now. This is the one with the ball bearing inside. And you can see that it has got a rubber sleeve. This is the most important thing in bicycle ball bearings. All the bicycle ball bearings have to have this. In this one, the color is blue, so you can see it very clearly. So this is called as an RS, that is a rubber seal, and on contrast there is a ZS, which is there is a metal seal. So this is the rubber sealed bearing, right? And it fits into this one. It's a bearing, and it is fitting into one of the cuts. So this is the left side, and the right side is different where the bearing is fixed, and we are going to talk about those types now. So now we have seen the different ways by which the cups hold the ball bearings. The cups can have the ordinary ball bearings, they can have the ball bearings on a retainer, or they can have it on actual ball bearings with races. But how are they brought together? So to see that, let's see one of the completed assemblies here. Now this is the most recent innovation in India. This is a sealed cartridge ball bearing made by Rider Cycles, Ludhiana, Rider Bikes. So this is a very proud moment because right now I am sitting here inside the Rider Bikes office. So they given me the office, they have given me the samples, and they let me take this video, and they have given me all these types of bearings to show you guys. So if anybody wants, Rider Bikes is on the net. You can catch them directly. They'll tell you where the dealers are, and they are making the brackets to the same specifications and manufacturing standards as the low-end Chinese. They are not gone up to the levels of Kenley or Tangen Sekai, etc. But they are planning to, right now they are concentrating on the mass market, that is the cheapest ones, like the brands like Kenley and Nico, and they are trying to match that level. So this is what it looks like, and let's see what it has. So on this side you got the collar. So this rim is called a collar, and this is the adjustment cap, and here you can see one of the bearings. So how does the whole thing come together? The whole thing is actually very simple. You can take the whole thing apart if you got a mallet, or they bring it together with a hydraulic press. This is the collar, these are the two bearings, and here is a pipe that keeps the bearings in the correct position. So these are just simply put together, and they are actually having an interference fit which is done by hydraulic press, and finally you get something which looks like this. So as you can see, Rider comes out with a variety of different axles depending upon your requirement, all of which share approximately the same engineering inside. That is, you have the square tapers, you got the quarter pin type, they even have a Philip, the old type of Raleigh type. So this is the old Raleigh type, and you can see the difference in the pin. You can actually hold this one with a spanner. So this is called the old Raleigh type. So which brings us to the last but most important part. How do you insert a bottom bracket? So that's very difficult and a little bit technical. So now we are going into the most difficult part. How do you insert a bottom bracket, and which are the different types of insertion methods of the bottom bracket? So how do you insert the caps or the cups inside the bottom bracket? So that's the next step. So here we have got a plain BB shell which has been threaded inside, and we have got the two cups on either side. Now I am going to show you something very interesting. Just look at the direction in which I am turning it. so that it goes inside, right? And you can see it's going inside, and almost completely gone. So this is the left side or the non-drive side. And I am going to turn this one also. Again it's going in. But what did you notice? If you did notice it, what you got to understand is this one is actually a anti-clockwise threaded. That is, on this side you have the bearing precession. That is, when you are turning your pedals clockwise, the bearings have a tendency to turn anti-clockwise and dislodge them outside. So it won't lock in. Therefore, if your bearings get stuck, the bearing movement actually opens up the whole thing in this direction. So this is the bearing precession, and here you can see I am going to turn it clockwise, and let's see what happens. There, you turn it clockwise and it comes out. So this is the drive side and this is the non-drive side. The non-drive side has got the normal type of thread, and this type of thread is called the English thread. So this is called the English thread. The English thread is a peculiar type of threading which the bicycle manufacturer industry uses, and you can see that they are very, very thin threads actually done by a very special machine. You can see the threads inside. It's not that easy to see. Right? So this thread is called the English thread. And why is it called the English thread, and what's the difference? The English thread means that on the drive side you got the anti-clockwise threads. So to tighten it, you got to turn it anti-clockwise. And here you got the normal type of threads, and to tighten it you got to turn it clockwise like any normal thread. So here's a fun fact that if you want to know, there is something called as a retainer or a lock ring for this. So let me get you the lock ring and I'll show you something that is a little curious and just a fun fact. So in the non-cartridge type, you have got a lock ring here. So once you have inserted the whole thing, you've got to put the lock ring on, and you put it inside and you lock it. You lock it so that this thing does not move at all, and there is no chance of this one coming out. So that's the purpose of this lock ring. But you got to understand that this lock ring, this particular type of thread, is not specific for the bottom bracket. Now this has got nothing to do with today's topic, but you recognize this. This is the hub, this is the thread, and let's see if it fits. And it fits just fine. So somebody in the bicycle industry has done some sort of standardization that is the same thread on your hub and on your bottom bracket. So that is the English thread, normal thread on the left side and a reverse thread on the right side. Now we come to the different types of bottom bracket cups or the BB cups. So this is the commonest type found in India. You got the cap with a collar. So this is the collar, and here you got a small cut, and this cut allows a spanner to catch it and turn it. So this is for the drive side. So whenever you see this this collar, you can know that this is the drive side. And here you go to the non-drive side and you can see this one. This is the adjuster, and of course you have got the lock ring, and you can turn it in by tapping onto one of these holes. So this is the Phillips type of cap. So if you got the Phillips type of cap, there should be another type of cap, and this is it. This is called the Raleigh type of cap. The Raleigh type of cap looks much simpler. Definitely it is much simpler. You got two slots here, and you can use a spanner to hold it and drive it inside. So this is the Raleigh type of bottom bracket here. And finally we come to the one Shimano has popularized. This is called the splined type. Now the people here in Punjab call it the flower type, but the real name is the spline type, and it needs a special tool And this is a special tool. This is a spline tool, and it fits beautifully and perfectly inside. And look at that beautiful fit. So this is the spline type of bottom bracket. So once again, the spline type, the Raleigh type, and the Phillips type of bottom bracket. So in case we forget, there is one more type. Okay, now this is a very special type of bottom bracket. It is called the BMX type of bottom bracket. It's very common in American countries. It's a single piece and you got a special attachment. I'm not showing here. I'm showing it just for the completion. Very, very unlikely that you'll come across with one of these. So this is the BMX type. And finally, we come to the last and most complicated part, the bottom brackets used in road bikes. So this is the type of bottom brackets that are used in road bikes. The bearing is inside. So this is an inside. There is a Delrin insert here, a thick plastic insert, and the bearing is housed inside this. This is threaded into the BB. This plastic is just for show. Usually you don't use it as the insertion, and you can see the bearing inside here. So this is the type that is used for road bikes. This is the road bike type of bottom bracket. Now, why I am going to stop this discussion here is, this is a place, this is a industry where technology is evolving too fast for us to catch up with it. So I can tell you about the different types of bottom brackets, that is this type, the M30 type, the BB30 type, but that's just going to change as soon as I finish this video. So I'm not going to talk too much about it. If you've got a special type of bottom bracket, you need to know the specifics, and then only you can replace it. So I hope that you enjoyed today's talk on bottom brackets, and till next time, keep riding and have a nice day.
From Rider Bikes Private Limited. We are the first manufacturer of BB full sealed cartridges in India. Notice that Bike Pro cartridges fitted in bicycles have much faster and smoother ride. We would like to welcome you for the Ride Asia exhibition starting on 19th March till 21st March. We have exhibited all the latest products and the upcoming projects coming in the exhibition itself.